property registrations in Mumbai increased by 37% this festive season compared to 2022. The 9 days of Navratri saw a significant surge in property registrations as the city embraced this auspicious period for high-value commitments, according to a Knight and Frank report. Now, Mumbai city reported 4,594 units registered during the 9 days of Navratri, which is from 15th of October to 23rd of October of 2023, resulting in a 37.4% year-on-year jump compared to last year. This marks an increase from 3,343 units registered during Navratri last year. All this data coming to light, all thanks to Knight and Frank. Udisha, you know, we keep talking about how costly properties become. But it doesn't look like that has in any way impeded people's ability. It has not impeded people's ability to buy more. They're buying more and buying high value items and high value commitments like property.
Exactly, we're talking about high value commitments here, and it is also because the festive season has provided sort of an impetus for people to actually go on and make these investments. So if we talk about this period from 15th of October and from this date Navratri started. So in these 9 days, in these 9 days, the property registrations in Mumbai was something around 4,500 plus. And compared to this and compared to the Navratri period last year, which started in, you know, somewhere around 26 September last year, the property registrations were in the numbers of 3,300 something. So now the shoot can be seen 3,300, and now this time it's close to 4,600, if we can say that. And if we talk about the average registration rate, last year during the Navratri times, it was 371. That was the average registration rate. And if we talk about this year, it is actually 510 that's on the screen.
All right.
Yeah.
So those are interesting numbers. Suyash, it's pointing to a trend line here. It's an interesting trend line, which is India's consumption story and more money in hands of people. You know, just this morning we were discussing the takeaways of the S&P Global report, which says India is going to become a $7 trillion economy, $7.5 trillion economy by the turn of the decade, all thanks to the ability of Indians to spend and to consume. That is also playing up in a big way.
That's true, Shweta, and also we are in a high interest rate regime, so the kind of demand, it really is surprising. I mean, I was also reading an ANAROC report. In the entire Q2, housing demand went up by about 36%. And another thing that kind of stood out for me was that premium housing segment saw a jump of about 5.4% in demand in the previous quarter. Also, being a markets guy, I've been tracking Nifty Realty very closely. Nifty Realty scaled an all-time high level, a 16-year high very recently, and it's one of the outperformers, in this calendar year. In fact, in 2023, Nifty Realty is up about 40% or so, and many of the builders that are focused on residential properties, such as your DLF, such as your Sobha properties, have given good returns. So not only are there's a demand for housing and affordable housing as well as premium housing, but it's also turning out into a guidance for these companies, because we are seeing the kind of run-up that we are seeing in stock prices, 30 to 40% in a matter of a few months.
All right, so this wasn't just the festive times. It's an overall trend line that you can notice at this point, which is, this year, in fact, has been better than the last year. As COVID pangs seem to be going behind us, we are spending more and more on high-value commitments. Important to point out, this is property. This is more than just buying a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. The money, the ticket size here is much bigger, which is what Udisha was also pointing to.
Yes, so while we focus on in the Mumbai, then in the first 10 months, which is still October, the property registrations have crossed the 1 lakh mark. So while we talk about high interest rate, this number is also very interesting, that property registrations are, there, they are existing. And because the festive season has kicked in, there's Navratri, the Shera, and the Diwali is around the corner, then we might see a jump in these numbers also.
All right, very interesting times that we're living in. Despite a very high interest regime, it appears that people are in fact purchasing high-end value products like property, four-wheelers, two-wheelers. Consumption remains at an all-time high. In fact, my colleague Suyash pointing to a trend line here as far as Nifty Realty is concerned, scaling also 20 to 30% in the past couple of quarters, reflecting a sentiment which is positive towards real estate. Always has been positive towards real estate in India, but more likely an after impact of the COVID hangover, which seems to be over now. So realty there, one of the big, I think, go-to places for a lot of Indians after gold. Everything but after gold. But I think with that, we've run out of time on this show. Thank you very much for all those who have tuned in. Thank you for watching.